Hey Leos, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be doing your second half of June. General reading here. So let's talk about the meditation I just had for you. It was brief but sweet. So I was taken to Harry Potter immediately and Goblet of Fire. And I saw that golden egg for the clue before the under. It doesn't matter if you've seen it. Just roll with me here, please. The golden egg, where in order to assess the hint, he has to put it underneath water. And I heard that song, "Come and Seek Us," something. The ocean's found. Hear us underground, something. And then I saw, it feels like the ocean or the sea or submergement is particularly apt for you guys during this time. There's something bubbling just beneath the surface that rises, and I saw Big Tex. Big Tex is this figure at the county fair that was like this huge, huge, like many stories high figure of a cowboy. And he was known as Big Tex, and he would wave to everyone who came in. He was like this big monument figure at the county fair. And it felt like there was this energy of a lot going on beneath the surface. It feels like you're either planning something or you're working on something very diligently, and not a lot of other people can clock it. It's barely visible just beneath the surface, and then boom, it rises and ascends, and suddenly people can see it from far and wide. Some of you guys could be coming into success. Coming into a large scale success in a time frame that seems fast to others, but you know it hasn't been that quick because you've been working on it on the low for a long time, or simmering, or biding your time, or perfecting your craft, or researching something. Something's going on beneath the surface. The fact that I saw the golden egg from Harry Potter makes me feel like it's something that is very personal to you, something that you care very much about, that activates your heart chakra, that is love-based. It feels very positive, your gift to share with the world. I also saw the image of a whale, and I heard whale music, whale songs. So this could have to do with healing, sonar healing, sounds, vibrations, something to do with how you hear things or hearing things underwater, something to do with that. Okay, let's see where animal energy is, my beautiful Leos. Oh my God, this makes all the sense in the world. I can talk about this all day. Did you know that this is my favorite animal energy in the deck? The moths, guess what? Let's talk about this. Beautiful air energy here. Moths are empaths, which means that they feel other people's feelings as their own. They are highly, sensitive, right? So I'm obsessed that I was getting this feeling of, a lot going on beneath the surface, and this feeling of sonar and sound healing and all of this. Moths are so incredibly sensitive. And I would not recommend this, but just for the purpose of my example, if you were to even touch their wings, to them it's the equivalent of someone I don't want to get overly graphic, basically punching them really hard, even if it's the lightest touch, right? They are incredibly sensitive. This speaks to the process of, going stage by stage, right? So if you think about it, the moth begins in the egg stage. Oh my God! And I just saw 333. They begin as an egg, and I saw the golden egg. I can't. Oh my Lord. Okay. So they begin in the egg stage, and then they go to the caterpillar, right? And then they go to the cocoon until they can emerge the fully formed moth. But what's really fascinating about this is that, especially if it's a silk moth, which I believe this is a Luna silk moth, especially if it's a silk moth, which I'm getting here, they only live a couple of weeks and have no mouth. Because their purpose is to attract a mate and procreate, right? Laying eggs, and then their life cycle ends, right? So it's interesting. Their time in being seen and being beautiful and attracting attention towards them is very short in relation to the time that they spend as an egg, as a caterpillar, and in the cocoon. So I'm going back to this idea of the ocean, a lot of things happening beneath the surface that a lot of other people don't necessarily see, and then all of a sudden it's like big text, and there's big success, and there's a big amount of attention on you, seemingly, air quote, overnight or suddenly. But you know what's been happening behind the scenes, right? Really cool. You have the Fool on the bottom here, which is your fresh, brand new start. It feels really good, Leos. I love that you got the moth. You know, moths are also related to, whales are related to sound healing, but moths as well, because they're so sensitive, sound therapy is related to them as well. Very cool. Yeah, empaths, empathic, yep. Feeling deeply, healers, right? Wow. You got the Seven of Wands. Now this came up in reverse. Let's talk about this. The Wands rule the realm of the soul, right? Seven of Wands is putting in that concerted work and effort so that you can rise above any obstacle. Why am they taking me to Harry Potter this way? It's like this mystical realm of magical mystery with you guys lately. I feel like I'm really tapping into those involved in the esoteric or healers or anyone who makes their piece of the world better than how they left it or than how they found it. They leave their piece of the world better than how they found it. That's what I'm tapping into with y'all. Okay? And anyone, also, this is the spotlight. The moth has to do with also being the center of attention or being in the spotlight. If you think about it, moths are drawn to, light source and flame. There is this aspect also with you being Leos and associated with the sun. There's this aspect of this here too, of being in the spotlight, attention being on you, or attracting a lot of healthy stimuli towards you. Okay, but this is putting in that concerted effort to surmount any obstacles or challenges, right? The fact that it came up in reverse, it's really fascinating here because I saw everything happening beneath the surface, right? And there's this platform here. And if we continued this platform, look at everything that's happening beneath the surface here, all the work. Hi ho, off to work we go. And then on top, it just looks like, oh, I just woke up like this. Oh, I just arrived here. I just blew in without seeing all the work that preceded it. Okay, I'm getting to take the 7 literally. This is for the second half of June, but they're tapping me right into July. I feel like your birth, you guys begin being born in late July into August. I do feel like that's going to be it's like a build up to that particular pocket of time in your birthday season. I'm hearing all lights on Leo. Interesting. I feel like you're being prepped in some way. It's like you're the mad genius or the mad scientist, or you're really doing some good work in preparation for your big debut or stepping into the spotlight in a more pronounced way, getting more clients, having more work than you know what to do with, something. Even attracting new friends groups or mates or lovers, or it's just like you're having a lot of offers or stimuli or opportunity come to you, okay? The fact that this came up in reverse and everything's flipped, and I feel like the point of this is drawing attention to the work that it took to get you here. And I feel like there's also being able, okay, it's fine. There's a Merlin energy here that is very pronounced. Why is that? They're showing me. Okay, let's go with it. There was a show called Merlin. Well, I think there's been more than one show called Merlin, but this particular show, the version of Merlin, was it got picked up by NBC originally, but I think it was definitely originally on British television. It starred Colin Morgan. And in that version or telling of Merlin, the myth of Merlin, his cover story or his cover life was that he was a servant of the king, but all the stuff that people didn't see was that he saved the day every single time, right? There's something about that. I feel like you're in your pre-story days where it's like you're the come up of like, who you were on the ground level, and then it's like, boom, like the big debut. It's interesting. Yeah. I also feel like there's this feeling of acknowledgement of the past, like a reverence to or knowledge. Okay, I'm getting a very specific. Oh, look at that Ace of Pentacles on the bottom. Definitely feels that way. You know how people, when they become, and I use air quotes because it's like success is very specific to a given person. I don't believe in a blanket idea of what is success. I don't measure success by how much money you make or what your IMDb rating is or whatever other, however you would view that. But there's an idea of when you get to what success is for you, or even outside of what you ever could have considered successful, I can hear someone talking about their early days or their younger days or how on the way to where they got to. I also see you turning around and mentoring others or helping others. And this is a future scope. It's really interesting that they're showing me this. Knight of Wands. Hi and hello. So you know how we were, by the way, hi, you're showing up twice in your reading here with fire upon fire with the wand energy here. You know, this is fast forward movement ahead. Remember how I said it went from one level and then boom, big text? It's really interesting. Also the heat of the sun, we are really looking at your birthday season here. And it feels very, very relevant. Yeah, okay. Here's the point. Things are about to speed up and pick up for you around your birthday month going into the latter half of the year. I don't even really want to say pace yourself necessarily because I feel like it's been a while coming and you've been biding your time or doing the good work, and I feel like you guys have been having moments of patience, and then maybe some of you have been having to recapture patience at any given time. Things are about to truly accelerate in speed for you. And I feel like this is going to be offers coming in, people wanting to hang out, barbecues, birthdays, sharing work. I'm seeing someone in an artist gallery. Which could be co-creating with others or sharing ideas. I'm telling you, it's about to pick up. So, believe me, when you are in full moth formation, your phone is going to be ringing off the hook. The emails are going to be full. This I know. Okay. But Knight of Wands is fast forward moving energy that is passionate and just seems to be very quick, right? Yeah, okay. Oh my God, you have the star at the bottom and we're talking about people coming towards you and being in the spotlight in the public eye. Hi. Aquarius energy here. Yep. And what? The Hierophant. This is the marriage key. This is everything being exactly as it's meant to be. Taurus energy here. Did you hear that car horn sound effect sound cute? I love this. You know, the Hierophant, this is just, okay, here's the thing. The path that you're on, this speedy movement ahead, there's no, warning around this, because sometimes the shadow energy of the Knight of Wands is that what comes in quickly can also exit quickly, but that's, I don't feel that here. You want to know why? Not just because the Hierophant came up, which is showing that you are speedily heading towards your highest and best destination and something that is in direct alignment with your soul plan. I feel like want me to say something. When you are knocking on doors that won't open, it's because it's not your door. When you are knocking on doors that seem to open very easily or just swing open at the slightest touch, or hey, you're looking over here and suddenly the door's open, that is because it is in alignment with your soul path and your higher soul's purpose and why you are here. It's also a vibrational match to you. Okay, there's something to that. And I'm just really drawn to this key with the doors opening, okay? This is a moment of a lot of doors opening and things seem, you're in a high place of manifestation at the moment. And it feels very important to point that out. And I was also going to say that, you have this fire here, but then the moth is coming in as your overall energy, which is representative of air. By the way, the moth, this energy in this deck corresponds to the Page of Wands, which is just right on the money. So very good. Okay, I'm feeling a moth energy in terms of being a bit all over the place. Okay. Is that okay. I feel like there's a lot of concentration that I feel like you guys have been honing for a while. Allow yourself healthy breaks to play and be in the sun and take breaks and rest, because I'm telling you, things are gonna speed up. And I feel like if you take breaks to play and not think about things and just be in the moment and enjoyment and sit in the sun or whatever have you, or I don't know, in the snowy banks, depending on what time of the year it is where you are, the more productive you'll be when you get back to it, whatever this is for you, okay? 7 of Wands. That's moth medicine too. When moth energy is afoot, there's this warning around overdoing it one way or the other, which can just lead to feeling burnt out and just kind of, you end up doing a lot of busy work that's not necessarily productive. So remember to give yourself breaks as well. You have 8 of the Wands on the 8 of Wands at the bottom of the deck here, which is spiritual ascension, a lot of communication, text messages, emails, phone calls, DMs going back and forth. I mean, just variations on a theme here. You have Knight of Wands. I'm telling you, Leo, you guys are in a very sweet spot. It's very good. You're in the pocket. That's what I want to say to you. You're in the pocket. Knight of Wands. We've talked about this. The fact that it's clarifying the stuff. See how I want to talk fast and I'm telling you things are going to be speeding up in a way. And you're going to go, wow, I wish that I had, taking some time to go for a dip in the pool, or just like have a lazy, series of Sundays, or whatever this is for you. Okay. The fact that it's clarifying this, I'm really drawn to the salamanders on his tunic here. It very much feels like this is directly related to a dream of yours, or a dream passion, dream purpose, something that you have either wanted for a long time, or that you're so excited about that it never feels like work. Okay? Whew. All right. Yeah, it's aligned with your soul purpose. Back to these pyramids here. Some of you might be experiencing enhanced deja vu. Okay? That's a sign that you on your path, baby. Knight of Wands. Okay. Nine of Wands to clarify the Knight of Wands. This is exactly what I was saying. Remember how I was talking about pacing yourself? Because this is the wounded warrior and perseverance, right? Remember, see the bandage on the head? Remember how I said that when moth energy is afoot, there could be a tendency or caution around burning yourself out, doing a little much in one direction or another, that it's really about the moderation. And if you knew for a fact that everything was about to be really sped up for you, starting around your birthday season, how would you spend this time getting there? Maybe going a bit more slowly, maybe just like, allowing yourself to engage in the pleasures and moment to moment joys, right? Some of you guys have children or around children, nieces, nephews, there's something about children being a medicine for you, in terms of they really do teach us so much, especially about how to be in a given moment, right? We also have the bear here, which is about knowing when to come out of the cave and when to stay in it. Again, moderation, pace yourself. You're on the right track. Well, you're more than on the right track. Look at all this. Hierophant. Yeah. Ooh, I saw this in your meditation. I didn't bring it up. Queen of Wands on the bottom. King of Cups. I saw this in your meditation. Okay, remember all that ocean imagery I was seeing? Fascinating. So King of Cups, water energy to clarify the Hierophant. This is fascinating, because remember when I said that there was a lot going on underneath the ocean surface, that people could only clock so much, and then we have the King of Cups quite literally sitting on top of the ocean here. I'm taking this literally as sitting on top of your emotions, right? But it's fascinating to me, because I'm really drawn to the saltwater aspect of this. And remember that moths represent empaths, right? And what do we say? Especially for empaths who take on other people's feelings as their own. If you're super susceptible to energies or stimuli, we say take a salt bath and you'll be feeling like yourself again in no time. And then we have the King of Cups coming up with the Hierophant and the moth. So, okay. The King of Cups traditionally feels deeply, but you would never know it. He has access to his emotions, but you could even look at it as he keeps them at bay, or he literally sits on top of them. I'm really drawn to the fact that there's a boat here. It feels more like an ark. We're seeing the background of this King of Cups etched on the back of this throne, but he's actually facing the boat, which is on dry land. I'm hearing something in particular. There's an author, she's called Brene Brown, and I absolutely could not recommend her. You know what? She's from Texas, and I saw big text at the beginning of this, the South, which is also, okay. The South is also known for a slower pace, and for, being warm in the warm time of year. So I'm just gonna, that might be for someone. Yeah. Brene Brown, she has a book called Daring Greatly, and a big message in that book, and part of her soul purpose, is really, spreading the truth that, and interesting because you guys are the lions, is that true strength is vulnerability. And I feel like that's a very particular message for you guys. True strength is vulnerability. When someone is truly vulnerable with us, it brings us closer to them. It's endearing. As opposed to trying to be perfect, someone who's hiding something or wants to be seen a certain way, or wants to be seen as perfect, or is afraid of making an error, right, with this Hierophant energy of everything being exactly as it's meant to within a particular context, and it's like there's no room for avant-garde or coloring outside of the lines with the Hierophant energy, which can be very comforting, but it can also be restricting. There's no room for error, right? And it's about being willing to make those mistakes and admit when you made those mistakes. I feel like this has something to do with either your personal relationships, something that you're learning right now, or with this mission work or this point of purpose. This could be something that you're learning though, and then sharing with others as well, right? I'm hearing to really deeply dip into those emotions, because the fact that the moth is coming up here and representing empaths, you could be feeling a bit separate from them, or feeling like, again, with that ocean and being under the water, I feel like we're being given the opportunity to learn about what true emotional balance looks like. And this is coming up too. You know, emotions are the gas that fuel our intuition. So if our emotions are out of balance or askew, thus our intuition will be out of balance and askew and inaccurate. So especially if you're in a field that involves your intuition in any way, or if you use your intuition to really make your decisions, which I highly recommend, obviously, you have such a responsibility within that to maintain a balanced emotional state. Now, part of the human experience is experiencing imbalance of emotions, right? Especially with this empathic energy and being in the water and the salt water and all, you know, this imagery. But I do feel like there's a responsibility within that, especially if you're in a healing modality or you're in a position of authority where people are really believing what you say, right? It's really important that you're coming from a place of, how do I say this? That you're not coming from a place of ego, but rather coming from a place of truth and vulnerability and discernment is what I'm hearing. Discernment. Okay? I feel like that's I don't know if that's for all of you guys, to be quite honest with you, but I do feel like that who that is for, the specific group that is for, it's rather important. Okay. Oh, are you, okay. I literally just took the card off the top here as I went to shuffle, and it's discernment. Okay, well, this is for you. I'm gonna put that right there. I feel like that's the card from that, I'm gonna get y'all an angel. Wow, it was just sitting there like that. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Discernment, yeah, it's important. High time of synchronicity for you guys as well, which is really cool. Always very comforting. Well, this should come as no surprise. Gifts from God. Archangel Sandalphon. We angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. How beautiful is that? This is just high manifestational, beautiful, luscious, gorgeous energy here. We angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. And look at that golden chalice. I love it. Wait a minute. Isn't the goblet of fire? Isn't that what the goblet of fire looks like in that Harry Potter film? Preach and testify in the comments, please. I literally can't. That is so cool. Never gets old. All right, Leos, this is your second half of June general reading. I so hope that this helped and resonated. If so, please let me know in the comments below. I just love reading through your comments. Thank y'all so much for being here. I'm real excited for what's ahead for y'all. Y'all better roar and live your best lives over there. A last note around moth energy when it comes up: self-care, self-care, self-care. Really, really important, okay? With that being said, again, just thank y'all so much for being here. But most of all, and as always, thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.